Hey everybody, Shiv here. So yes, I get woken up just to take a look at what Blizzard has done. Now apparently they did this a while ago, but I was already, well, not at home or in my head. You can figure this out. So yeah, Blizzard changed a bunch of cards coming up for the standard portion of this new meta. Now I've been referring to this change as the standard purge, because some things are probably going to get moved out, be less effective, whatever. But in all honesty, it should have been actually considered the standard gimping. Seriously, standard gimping. So we're going to go through all the cards here, and we're going to talk about it. And then I'm going to have a final little commentary about some other things that probably should have been on there. But, alright. Okay, so Ancient of Lore, 7 mana, 5/5, only draw 1 card, and restore 5. At draw 1 card, I really kind of feel like this should have been 6 mana. God's honest truth, this should have been 6 mana. Alright? At this point, I think I would much rather just play an Azure Drake than play this. Because 9 times out of 10, you didn't play this thing for the fucking heal. It was just one of those, things that kind of saved your ass in the back end. But right now, I play Azure Drake over this. Fucking 2 mana cheaper, and I could use my damn hero power, thus get armor, and fucking do 1 damage. Yeah, I'll play the Azure Drake. Alright. Force of Nature goes down to 5 mana! It loses charge, but you're still getting 3 2/2s. Okay. So yeah, Paladins are sitting there going, what the fuck, Blizzard? I'm sitting here going, okay, that's kind of a way of doing it, and I kind of agree with this, but at the same time, I don't. I agree with this change for a simple reason that it takes away that turn 9 combo. And yes, that's a good thing. That should have been a good thing. And I agree with that. I think that's fucking marvelous, and that's great. But here's the problem I'm getting, alright? So, yeah, Druids, they're pretty good at controlling the early game and the board and kind of, just building and having 2-3 minions out there, right? Okay, cool. So now this Force of Nature is definitely going to add to that. It gives them a little bit more trade options that they can do, or in a really funny, fucked up scenario, on turn 6 can go just 24 damage with the Force of Nature being played on turn 5, and then double Savage Roar on turn 6. Yes, it's 24 damage. Do the math, alright? Go on, do it. It's, 18 plus 4. Which actually is 22 damage, my bad. So yeah, 22 damage on that turn. So yeah, I'm not overly a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that. It doesn't really solve the problem that you have a scenario that is tantamount to unwinnable at a very inconvenient time. Now again, that's a very extreme scenario of having both these cards in your hand at the same time on turn 6, and you've laid out that scenario. It's a little difficult to pull off. It would be extremely difficult to pull off. It is a Magical Fairy Christmas Land scenario, okay? And sometimes RNG is going to just do that. We've seen that in many decks. But I still think that they are missing the point that they really need to look at Savage Roar. I mean, shit, just make it only affect fucking Beast, alright? You've been pushing this Beast synergy for fucking Druid, so come on. Why not? It makes perfect sense. But, that's just me. But Force of Nature coming to this, I actually can agree with, but I don't think it should be 5 mana. But that's me. Alright? And, these are nerfs, and they'll probably be revisited in about 6 to 7 months anyway, so we'll see about that. Alright, Keeper of the Grove, losing 2 health. I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. This guy was a monster before drop. I'm not even going to lie. It was very difficult to deal with, and he led to some really nasty scenarios. So him coming down to a 2-2, I'm happy with. Alright, Iron Beak Owl going to a 3. Sure, makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. I'm okay with it. Big Game Hunter going up to 5. Makes perfect sense. I'm okay with it. Okay with it. Though I do kind of feel like he should probably become a 4-3, but, that's just me. Alright, Hunter's Mark! Going up 1. I'm actually okay with this, but I also kind of feel it's kind of shitty that you would up 1 0-drop spell, but you don't do anything to innervate, which, let's be honest, anybody who's played up against Druid knows exactly how powerful Innervated is. Alright, it is one of those cards that definitely should have been examined a long time ago. It's one of those cards that everybody has bitched about. Like every professional player, when they were talking about what cards need to be nerfed, Every single one had Innervate on that list for a very specific reason. It's too fucking powerful. Let's not kid ourselves, guys. It is one of the most powerful cards in the goddamn game. For all intents and purposes, it's a Dark Ritual for fucking Druids. If you don't know what Dark Ritual is, go look up some Magic the Gathering shit, okay? It's exactly what it is. But at least Dark Ritual, you had to at least pay 1 mana before you got that 2 mana. So, and that worked there. That definitely worked there. I'm not saying that's exactly what you need to have here, because that just kind of sucks. But Iterate is something that needs to be looked at. Not even gonna lie. Alright. Next up, we've got Blade Fury. Okay, so Blade Fury being basically 2, right? Alright. Well, now it's 4. And it does the exact same thing. It does the exact same thing. Alright? They changed the wording just slightly, but it does the exact same thing. But it now is 4 mana, so it puts it right on par with Shadow Flame. I'm okay with that. Sacrificial removal thing. Hell yeah. Okay. Knife Juggler comes down to 2. Now, I'm going to pro-con this one. Yes, I agree it needed to come down to a 2-2. But at the same time, I'm a little bit sad because, to be perfectly honest with you, whenever I fought up against Priest and I was playing a Zoo deck, they go Northshire Cleric, I would always coin out the Knife Juggler because it contested it, and basically, yeah, I do lose a little bit of some synergies later on, but I'm able to at least deny them the card draw. Now I can't even do that. Now I can't even do that, guys. So, yeah, I do agree this needed to happen. He had way too much value, way too much fun in the sun. Leper Gnome! This was like one of my favorite cards of all time. I mean, to me, this was like the perfect 1-drop. A 2-1 that dealt 2 damage. It was value every way you looked at it. Well, now he's a 1-1. Okay, I'm okay with that. I think that's perfectly legit. Will it still see play? Yeah. Alright, Arcane Golem. Once had charge, no longer has charge, but gained 2 more life, and still has a shitty battle cry. So, yeah. I'm okay with this. It's pretty much going to make this card almost unplayable. But, I mean, some people might play it, but I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Molten Giant. I kind of agree on the Molten Giant. It was way too easy to get these guys out for free and then just play out Mr. Reno Jackson. Well, now you have to basically go a little bit lower. And that could be really, really dangerous. Really dangerous, guys. So, I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. Fuck you, Molten Giants. Master of Disguise. Now, this one might seem like a very, what the fuck choice. But hear me out, guys. Alright, so let's take a look at what Master of Disguise used to do. Battlecry. Give a friendly minion stealth. Permanent stealth. Permanent stealth. Now, the reason I'm bringing up that permanent stealth is I saw a lot of you guys talking about that in the Whispers of the Old God previews on certain cards, to give it more value and extended value to where it could be really, really dangerous and not have to worry about all of these other fucked up things. Okay, yeah, sure, cool. That's exactly why they're changing it, just so you couldn't get away with that shit, alright? When you create scenarios where a minion doesn't have to attack but can continuously have some extreme value going forward, yeah, guys, that's kind of bad. That's really kind of bad. So I'm okay with this change. I think this is probably going to be one of the healthier changes. Though, let's be honest, nobody really used Master of Disguise effectively because it sequenced badly. But now this kiboshes that altogether, especially when you consider some of the old gods that are coming out. I mean, I could think of at least one that there's no way in hell I'd want you to fucking ever put a permanent stealth on. That's just scary as shit. That fucker would just summon stuff every single goddamn turn and nothing could stop it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Definitely okay with that. Alright. Now, they gave like a nice little detailed reasoning of why they did this, that, and the other, and I pretty much covered over all of it. And that's it. But yeah, patch 5.0 will be coming forward on the 26th. So, guys, if you get any of these cards from opening a pack, say for Brawl, or whatever arena, hey, guess what? Hold on to them. Wait till that patch kicks in. That way you can get full dust value. Alright? So, that's going to be all for this. All in all, I think about 85% of what they did is spot on. The only thing that I'm going to penalize them, that 15%, is they didn't touch Savage Roar and they didn't touch Innervated. Now, obviously, yeah, that's a little bit slanted on my side, considering they did touch 3 of their primary cards. But Age of the Lord was never overly that big of a problem for me. Yeah, it was a little too efficient, and I'll agree on that. Keeper of Grove was kind of annoying, but it was never overly a problem for it. The Force of Nature, again, I never really considered this to be the core problem. It was always the thing that enabled this sort of unfun scenario. All right, but I will say this: that new Force of Nature, the way it works, I would not be taking a 31 plus damage burst like I took in the video that I sent to Ben. So I can kind of see that. I really can kind of see it. But I do kind of feel like Savage Roar is more on point, a card that needs to be looked at. And I do feel that Innervated is going to be another card that's going to need to be looked at. And, I mean, we've already have enough testing evidence on both of these cards that I'm surprised they didn't actually go forth on that. At least make Savage Roar only affect Beast. I mean, that just makes a lot of sense. And it's something that you guys have said repeatedly in the comment section. So, alright. So anyway, that's going to be all for this video. If you like these videos, like, subscribe. Now, let me know what you guys think. Did Blizzard do a good job on these nerfs? Are you mad? Are you upset? Do you think they didn't go far enough? Do you think that this is just bullshit? I want to know. Alright? Let's get it going here. And you know what? Normally I say, hey guys, be civil. Fuck that shit. This is nerf time. You could be fucking toxic as all hell today, guys. Let me know. Let the fucking salt pour freely. Till next time, just say it. Stay safe, have fun, and may RNGesus bless you in Freakathon.